Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ninda Handayani. I from the English Language Study Program Class A in 2024 with ID number 2402110015. Now, I'm gonna read the text with the title, How to Give a Good Speech. Okay, let me begin. How to give a good speech. So, you have to give a speech and you are terrified. You get nervous, you forget what you want to say, you stumble over words, you talk too long and you bore your audience. Later you think, thank goodness it's over. I'm just no good at public speaking. I hope I never have to do that again. Cheer up. It doesn't have to be that bad. Here are some simple steps to take the pain out of speech making. First of all, it is important to plan. Do your homework, find out everything you can about your subject, and at the same time, find out as much as you can about your audience. Who are they? What do they know about your subject? Do they have a common interest? Why are they coming to hear you speak? Put yourself in their shoes as you prepare your speech. Ask yourself to Ask yourself the purpose of your speech. What is the occasion? Why are you speaking? Are you introducing another speaker? Moderating a discussion, giving a lecture, convincing someone. There are many possible speaking roles, and each one has its own special characteristic. Make sure you know into which category you fit. Don't spoil your speech by confusing one speaking role with another. Let us suppose that you have been asked to introduce the main speaker at a conference. First, find out the most important and interesting things about the speaker. Then, summarize this information in a few remarks. It is alright to tell a joke or an anecdote if it is in good taste and will not embarrass the speaker. And most important, be brief. Remember, you are not the main speaker, you are introducing the main speaker. If you are a moderator, you should begin by giving a quick introduction of the people on the panel. After that, you should try to keep the discussion running smoothly, and you should try to focus on the connection between speakers. Keep yourself in the background, don't talk too much, and don't interrupt the panelists. Be thankful and be considerate. If you are giving a lecture or explaining an idea, gather as many facts as you can and on your subject. Spend plenty of time doing your research. Then spend plenty of time organizing your material so that your speech is clear and easy to follow. Use as many examples as possible and use pictures, cards, and graphs if they will help you make your points more clearly. Never forget your audience. Don't talk over their head and don't talk down to them. Treat your audience with respect. They will appreciate your thoughtfulness. If you are trying to sell something, you will need to convince your audience. Do you want them to vote for candidate A? Are you offering them a new improved toothbrush? This kind of speech is usually dramatic, but here too, you must do your research and know your facts. When you are making your speech, try to relax, speak slowly and clearly, and look at people in your audience. Use simple vocabulary and expression whenever possible. Pause for a few seconds now and then to give your audience a chance to think about what you have said. Make sure that everyone in the room can hear you. If it is a large room or an auditorium, you will probably have to use a microphone. Just remember, be prepared, know your subject, your audience, and the occasion. Be brief, say what you have to say, and then stop. And be yourself. Let your personality come through so that you make person-to-person contact with your audience. If you follow their simple step, you'll see that you don't have to be afraid of public speaking. In fact, you may find the experience so enjoyable that you volunteer to make more speechless. You are not convinced yet? Give it a try and see what happens. Okay? Now, I'm gonna read the main idea and the example from the paragraph that I have read before. The main idea of paragraph 1 is public speaking can be terrifying, leading to nervousness, forgetfulness, and poor delivery, but it is a skill that can be improved. And then for the example is, I am asked to give a speech, but as I stand in front of the audience, my hands shake and I forget everything what I want to say. I stammer throughout the speech and later think, I am never doing this again. The main idea of paragraph 2 is planning and preparation are essential for a good speech, including understanding the topic and audience. And then for the example is, before my speech, I researched my topic thoroughly and learned about my audience. Knowing they are students, I prepare engaging example to keep them interested. The main idea of paragraph 3 is determining the purpose of your speech helps in structuring it effectively and avoiding confusion between different speaking roles. And then for the example is, I need to introduce a guest speaker, but instead of talking about myself, I focus on highlighting the speaker's achievements and why they are important. The main idea of paragraph 4 is, when introducing a speaker at a conference, the introduction should be concise, highlighting the most relevant and engaging aspect of the speaker's background. For the example is, before introducing Dr. Smith, I learned about his research in AI and summarized his key achievements in a short introduction before he takes the stage. The main idea of paragraph 5 is, moderators should ensure smooth panel discussion by keeping introduction brief and facilitating connection between speakers. And then for the example, as a panel moderator, I introduce the expert briefly and guide the discussion so that all panelists get a chance to speak without interruption. The main idea of paragraph 6 is, a well-researched and organized lecture or explanation makes the speech clear and easy to follow, using examples and visual aids to maintain audience interest. For the example is, before explaining climate change, I prepare slides with cards and simple examples, making it easier for my audience to understand. The main idea of paragraph 7 is, persuasive speeches require strong knowledge of facts to effectively convince the audience. And then for the example is, I am selling a new energy drink, so I present scientific evidence on its benefit and compare it to competitor to persuade my audience. The main idea of paragraph 8 is, speaking slowly, using simple language and making eye contact helps in delivering a clear and engaging speech. And then for the example is, I take a deep breath before starting my speech, speaking at a steady pace and making sure to look at my audience instead of reading from my notes. And then the main idea of paragraph 9 is, being well prepared, keeping the speech brief and staying authentic are key elements of a successful speech. And then for the example is, I practice my speech several times, making sure it's short and to the point, and I speak naturally to connect with my audience. The main idea of paragraph 10 is, public speaking becomes easier and more enjoyable with practice, helping build confidence. And then for the last example is, after giving a few speeches, I start feeling more comfortable and even volunteer to speak at more events. Okay, thank you very much for your listening. I think enough from me. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.